Hello, I am Willis and welcome to year 6 with Creekclan. This year we had a lot of new apprentices, we also have a lot of new warriors. I tried picking names all from different users, but when I was checking all the usernames one last time before recording, some of them had changed, so I tried correcting the script. Please tell me if I made a mistake and I will put a bind comment to correct it. First, about Starkland, our boy Goldbelt went to Starkland due to general consensus in the comments. I think some of you wanted him to go to the Dog Forest because he was evil, and it was interesting, but I feel like Shrewpatch will for sure go there. Like, there's no way she can go to Starkland now. For now, Goldbelt is in Starkland, but he's under surveillance, so we can be sure he's misbehaving. We will now start with the bad news. Burmog froze to death after falling through ice. He was really old and had developed dementia, so it's very possible he just didn't consider the ice could break. I am very sad we lost him, because he was one of our clan founders. Rosebush, his daughter, was killed by rogues while on patrol, along with Gosclow and Cherville. I am just so mad about this death, because I feel like this character still had so much to accomplish. Rosebush was really young, and she was the cat who looked the most like her mother, Lickenpelt, so I am very sad about her death. Also, Seven died peacefully in her sleep. I am genuinely sad she died, because she had been in the clan since year 2. Morning Pow was named Morning Nose by Pastel Creativity 9595. And he died. I am so extremely angry about this. He was extremely young and he was going to be the main character and he died. This game is cruel and I'm so angry and sad. I have no words to express that. Lockstar is currently grieving Burromark. They're not feeling well at all. It's kind of sad to see them in such a state. They don't have a lot of authority, but they're genuinely a good cat and have been trying their best to keep the clan together, to distract themselves and keep the dark thoughts away. They took a new apprentice. This year, Primrose Nose and Oleox only had one baby, little tiny kid. Primrose Nose seems to be in some kind of a relationship with both Oleox and Current Feathers at the same time. Go for it, Primrose Nose, you deserve love. Feather has been making friends with all the new cats. He seems very happy to see his clan become stronger. It's so weird to have Feather back after several years without him, but it feels good. He has decided to take on a new apprentice, maybe so he could connect with the younger cats of the clan. Oleox is still the crush of several cats for some reason, but stays loyal to his mate Primrose Nose. He has been dreamwalking several times, but was not able to identify in which cat's dream he was in. It's a very cool power. I wish I could see more of it in-game. Mr. Wigglebottom Spots is now officially an elder. Even if she is the oldest cat in the medicine cat den, she isn't really considered the lead medicine cat. Mousefoot is. Ameliorate Epoch suggested to rename Mr. Wigglebottom Spot to have a more clan-like name, and I think it is time to do so. Mr. Wigglebottom Spots is now Wiggle Spots in honor of her old name. She's still the icon we know and love. Apricot Leopard is Wiggle Spot's mate and will soon be an elder too. He gets along with a lot of people, but Kobiro would be his closest friend. I think they bond over being outsiders. Kobiro himself is finally making friends. He gets along with Roothurt, Feather and Mousefoot. He's becoming more and more popular among his clanmates and I love him. He's the clan's base boy. Mousefoot is still very anxious. He got with Roothurt officially this last moon. I didn't expect both of them to get together, so that's a surprise. They get along well, and I think Mousefoot just really needs an attentive ear to listen to him. Mousefoot also seems to tolerate Woodheart's seeming lack of emotion, and I'm happy that they accept each other like that. They don't act very romantic to each other, but they have a they are very wholesome in the ways they interact. An interaction that happens a lot is Woodheart purring a long time at Mousefoot's lame jokes, and I think it's adorable. Mousefoot is sure that the cat who killed Goldpelt and Morning Nose is Shrewpatch. He found brown fur under Morning Nose's claws and told his leader deputy about it. Mousefoot really wants to tell someone that Shrewpatch is the killer, but feels like no one would be willing to trust him. I think he fears to be rejected because he was often rejected as a kid and an apprentice. Ballerfoot is still taking care of Mousefoot when he's lying down, but Basilroot is now able to help. With Burlmark's recent death, Mousefoot is not able to work as he is grieving, so Ballerfoot and Basilroot work together most of the time. Basilroot is a really fun medicine cat. He just seems always grumpy and isn't afraid to hiss at the warriors when they bother him. Frogskip was named by Snaketail the cat. He's our last new medicine cat. He just gained his new name this last moon. He has the same colors as Primrose Nose, his father, and I love that. He seems to find it hard to make friends. Being of a fierce nature, he sometimes trained with some of the warriors when he has some time off. His main friend is Sandypaw, with whom he enjoys pairing with. Spiderstone had her kids this year. She had Curlpaw, Foxpaw, Greypaw, and Sandypaw. She refused to say who the father is, but most cats know that the babies are half-clan. Creekclan has grown more tolerant over half-clan kids, as all of them have proved to be loyal cats. Woodgaze is still the best boy ever. He's really close to his daughters, Hurtnose, named by user TC2XX9GH2B, I hope I said that right, and Mistlelip, named by the Adventures of a Dragon. Woodgaze seems to chat with Mistlelip all the time. He has been spending quite a lot of time with Foxpaw too, who is one of Spiderstone's kids. I think Foxpaw is thinking about wanting to become a mediator. Little Foxpaw is thoughtful and always wonders on how others are doing and brings prey to the elders and the kids. He's really adorable and I love him. I think he really wishes to become a mediator and feels guilty he didn't choose right a few months ago. Miss Lily still has quite a temper. There are several people she has a little bit of dislike toward in the clan. She isn't the best mediator in the clan either. I'm not really happy with her lately, and I think that for everyone's sake she should become a warrior. Miss Lily still has a big crush on Amber Dapple, who I don't have a lot of things to say about. Amber Dapple just keeps to herself a lot. It is Amber Dapple's third year in the clan, and this cat is still very shy. Sure Snap was named by Gecko Ghost. He is our new mediator. He is Fluffpatch's son, and he looks just like her, with a bit more white and longer fur. Several people pointed out that he looks like a skunk or a badger, and I love that. I think he's one of my favorite cats at the moment. He's loyal and a good speaker. He had a growing friendship with Blizzard Paw, now Blizzard Dash, and they just got together in a time skip. I didn't even notice they had a romance together. Blizzard Dash was named by Beetlebug. He is righteous and a good hunter. He matured a lot since his apprentice days. He is Holyoke Snap and Primrose Nose's son and took everything from Holyoke Snap. He's a nice cat and I love him. He's really close to his twin Puppy Up and I just love their relationship. Talking about Puppy Up, he was named by Sweetberry Treats. I hope I said that right. Turned out to be childish and a good teacher. Puppy Up has a growing romance with Dalpole. While they're trained together, Poppy can't bring himself to attack her, and it always make her chuckle. Rocket Fur and Current Feather are good friends. I guess being clan founder just really tied them together. Rocket Fur was also taken by Two Legs this year, but managed to come back a few months later. I was genuinely surprised he came back so quickly, as it took Current Feather years to come back. I think the both of them are just bonding over their experience with Two Legs. Copper Freckle lost his tail. He was really mad about that for a long time, but then Air Whisker told him that he looked like a lynx, and Copper Freckle took that very well and is now very proud of his injury. He's really weird and kind of an idiot, but I love him because he also literally tried to steal a hair from another clan, got caught in the act, and was forced by the rest of his patrol to gift the hair to the other clan. Copper Freckle is a legend. Shrewpatch killed Morning Nose. If you remember last year, young Morning Pow had overrode the meeting cats talking about a snake in camp. Morning Nose spied on several cats. Shrewpatch spent several moons having a status where she was eavesdropping on Morning Nose. I think she discovered that Morning Nose was looking for gold pelts killers, so she killed him off. The clan discovered Morning Nose injured body on the territory along with brown fur under his claws. Shrewpatch had no difficulties killing him, as young Morning Nose was just made a warrior. You must have noticed Shrewpatch has an injury on her hind leg. It has nothing to do with Morning Nose, she just had a fist fight with a fox. When Morning Nose's body was discovered with brown fur under his claws, several cats started to look at Shrewpatch funny, mainly Mousefoot, Willowmouth, Downpour, and Kitty Cry. A lot of cats don't believe she would ever have killed anyone because she has always been loyal and friendly to them. Stonefluff was really happy to have grandkids and doesn't really care about the fact that they are halfling. At this stage, he just wants a bit of happiness in his life. Stonefluff seemed to feel very lonely since the death of Jasmine Bush, so I think having grandkids around helped him a bit. However, he is acting really reckless lately, keeps getting into fights with both clanmates and outsider, so I'm a bit worried he's going to get injured if he keeps going like that. Cloudspot spends most of her time with her apprentice, Rainbow Pile. Shrewpatch keeps insisting to be part of the training sessions, but every time Shrewpatch joins, she ends up leading. Cloudspot seems to enjoy having another apprentice. She had a great experience with Downpour and wanted to experience teaching again. Cloudspot has no idea what's going on with Shrewpatch for now. I don't know at all how she will react when all of Shrewpatch's gaslight, gatekeep, girlboss behavior are going to be exposed. Everyone's a bit scared of Dazzleblotch because they know that Morning Nose was killed by a brown cat, and Dazzleblotch is an experienced and great warrior, and it would have been very easy for her to kill the young cat. Dazzleblotch is very worried and fears to be exiled, even if she's completely innocent. I love her, she's the sweetest cat, and she doesn't deserve that. AppleBee is real. Beemask and Applefelt are now mates. The gays are back at it again. Beemask is genuinely one of the best additions to the clan. He seems to never miss his praise, and he's also becoming great at fighting. Applefelt and him patrol together a lot. They also share hunting techniques. Also, Beemask was stung by bees a lot, which is funny for a cat named Beemask. Whimsy Whisker seems to be suspicious of Shrewpatch, as he had several interactions with her, saying he doesn't find her very honest. I think he is starting to grow very suspicious of her. I am worried for him. I really hope Shrewpatch doesn't know about how he feels. Toadjump and Air Whiskers are mates. I didn't even really pay attention to their relationship, to be honest, but we finally have some more heterosexual relationship here. I'm glad Toadjump and Air Whisker are together because they're great and they deserve the best. Toadjump seems to be the most assertive, and Air Whisker is just always very shy, and I love their dynamic. Glowmunch seems to finally feel better. She had a long talk with Ballyfoot, and seems to have understood that following Hair Whisker around wasn't a solution. She is slowly trying to make friends as she neglected all of her friends while trying to protect her family. She is growing close to Weaselmuzzle. They are great friends, and I noticed they have a tiny bit of romance together, so I am waiting to see how this turns out. They talk a lot together and share praise. They also keep challenging each other to spare. Fluffpatch disappeared for a while and came back with a collar. She tried to remove it, but nothing would do. She's really angry to have that around her neck. She also had more kids this year. She gave birth to Flowerpal and Nutpal. Rainpool loves everyone because Rainpool is an adorable girl who should be protected at all cost. She has several crushes and she reminds me a lot of Sunstrip. Rainpool has been growing suspicious of Shrewpatch, her own mother, and she feels very guilty about that. Petalpounce and Lake Ripple have grown distant. I am kind of sad to see them drift apart like that. Lake Ripple is more on the fierce and bold side, and Petalpounce is a bit jealous of that. Lake Ripple always jumps in the fight to save her clanmates, while Petalpounce, even if she's fun to be around, keeps finding herself useless in combat. Petalpounce is also brown cat, so of course her clanmates have been very distrustful around her, and she isn't taking that well. Downpool was named by Webby. It's a name I really wanted to give Downpool, so I am so happy someone also had this idea. I love Downpool. She's playful and a good speaker. She's mainly brown, so she is on the suspect list. She is really mad about that. She has decided that she needs to find the culprit, and quick. I think maybe this is why a few years ago when Downpool and the siblings were taken in the clan, they were seen as a sign from StarClan by the NPC cats. Maybe they were just meant to catch Shrewpatch. I'm sorry for your noise, it's my guinea pig eating loudly. Coyote Cry is fully brown, so of course she's really unhappy to be suspect. She has been really snappy like her sister Downpool. She's determined to find the killer and clear her name. Willow Moss is still weird. She is a strange contrast to her sisters Downpool and Coyote Cry. Coyote Cry is always there to jump into battle and fight any enemy, even big dogs, while Willow Moss just stands behind scared. Willow Moss is not jealous at all, she just feels like she isn't enough for her clan. She even had her first apprentice, Violet Eyes, and didn't feel ready to teach her, but she did a fine job anyway. Thistlepaw is now Thistlethorn, which is going to be very hard for me to pronounce, I'm so sorry. She was named by several people who had the same idea. She has quite a temper and doesn't get along with a lot of cats. However, she gets along very well with Bushwobble, the lost son of Stonefluff and Jasmine Bush. The two of them are often sent in hunting patrols together and do really good together. Thistlethorn turned out to be a good hunter and faithful, which is very interesting because she was named after a dead cat, and I like the idea that maybe she's some sort of a reincarnation, who knows. Bushwobble was named by Tail Twitch. I think it's a really cute name. It turned out to be careful and a great hunter. Bushwobble feels very stressed by the murder mystery in the clan. He tries to not pay attention, but he keeps having nightmares and he's scared to go out of the camp alone. Dappled Leaf, another Primrose Holyoke kit, is now calm and a good fighter. Dappled Leaf was his generated name and I loved it so much. Whimsyclaw also suggested this exact name with the idea that Dappled Leaf would hide amongst the leaves to stay away from the cats, and I love that. Dappled Leaf isn't close to anyone, not even his family. He's very reserved and keeps things to himself. Since Morning Know's death, he seems even more lonely. Frogskip tries to settle next to him to eat, but Dappled Leaf has a hard time opening up. Grovelfall was named by Geeko Ghost. She's a female, but I keep thinking she's a male for some reason. She looks a lot like her mother, Shrewpatch. She's only 20 moons, but she already has an apprentice, young Foxbow. However, I don't think Foxbow will stay her apprentice for long. Gravelful keeps seeing her apprentice talk to Woodgaze, and she's becoming insecure. She's afraid she's doing something wrong when training Foxbow, and that she's turning him away from the warrior path. I'm really sad for her. I love her. Hurt Nose was named by user TC2XX9GH2B. She's nervous and very smart. Hurt Nose often stutters and is very self-conscious while talking to others. She's so pretty and so sweet. She plays around with the kids and their apprentices a lot. She's very anxious about the murder of Morning Nose and of Goldpilt before him. Missile Lips generated name was Missile Jump, which I liked a lot, so I chose the Adventures of a Dragon's name suggestion. She is confident and a fantastic hunter. She is quite the opposite of her sister, Hurt Nose. Missile Lip is outgoing, friendly, and confident. However, Missile Lip is very protective of her sister and won't tolerate any disrespect towards her. Violet Eyes is another Primrose Holio kit. She is loyal and a great fighter. She was named by, once again, several people who had the same idea. Her name suits her really well. On her in-game sprite, her eyes are her most visible feature. She's of course very sad about her brother's death. She's very distrustful of all the cats who are on the suspect list. Her brother, Firefly, is fierce and a good teacher. He was named by Beetlebug. He forms a great team with Violet Eyes, and they enjoy working together. They don't seem to create bonds with other cats and are just very happy to talk to each other all day. Mossbow and Lavenderbow, despite being both 13 moons, are still apprentices as the boss got sick for the whole winter. They're now back on their paws. Mousebow is shameless, while her brother is bold. Mousebow gets along with everyone, and so does Lavenderbow. Lavenderbow, despite his disability, decided to become a warrior. With his back, I don't think he can hunt, because he would make too much noise on the leaves, and would be easily overpowered in a fight. I think Lavenderbow has a special role adapted to him and his disabilities, such as camp guard, or maybe he would be watching and sniffing around for any foxes or badgers. He could also help the deputy with creating patrols and matching cats' personalities to make the patrols more efficient. We now get to Spiderstone's other kits. Girlboss is strict. Girlboss is always the one training really hard. She wants to be the best warrior out there and has learned the warrior code from Hurt. She seems a bit harsh on the outside, but she has a good heart. Greybow is ambitious. Greybow is being mentored by AppleBee and enjoys learning with his mentor. He is ambitious, but in a good way, wanting to be the best to provide for his clan. At least I hope so. Sandybow is Sherry Snap's friend, and they're bloodthirsty. Sandybow is bloodthirsty, but I hope it's just in an edgy teenager way. Jasmine Bush was also bloodthirsty as an apprentice, so I think this is what is happening there too. At least I hope so. Sandybow looks a lot like Stonefluff in my opinion. The clan adopted young Drykit and Scorchkit, now Drypaw and Scorchbow. Their mother, Curl Joe, sadly didn't survive the birth. Drybow is compassionate and his sister is faithful. They're open-minded and polite to everyone, and most cats seems to like them. Scorchbow is Luxor's apprentice and is missing a front bow. However, she is still really good, and she even has more experience than her brother currently. The clan is starting to be quite open-minded to the idea of half-clan and straight-up outsiders joining. After all, the clan's founders accepted anyone because the clan really needed fresh blood. Drybow is not on the suspect list because he's just an apprentice and doesn't have enough experience to be a threat. So that's good. Another queen passed away on the territory. Her owner who seeked a place to give birth. She had Mushroom Kit, Light Kit, and Rainbow Kit, all now apprentices. The queen died soon after the birth because she contracted the yellow cough. Mushroom Pow is faithful, Rainbow Pow is ambitious, while Light Pow is bloodthirsty. I hope she will grow out of it because Shrewpatch is enough already. A good news is that Wigglespot and Apricot Leopard had the kit! The clan welcomed Lotus Kit, now Lotus Pow, a bold apprentice. It looks very similar to Wigglespot, but with Apricot Leopard's eyes, and I love him. He doesn't seem too fazed by what happened to Morty Nose. He's still friendly to the potential suspects, including the actual killer Shrewpatch, which scares me a bit. Seeing Nut Pow and Flower Pow, I think Fluffpatch still has the same mate, as Flower Pow has very similar patterns to Gravelfall. Nut Pow is childish and Flower Pow is righteous. Nut Pow loves to think about the future and really wishes to have a mate and kids someday, while Flower Pow doesn't understand her and wants to be dedicated to becoming a warrior and maybe even the leader. For once in the nursery, we only have one baby, Little Towny Kit. He's the last Primrose Holyoke kit, which making the 10th babies they had. He's really cute and very worried about the murder. He has been having nightmare for a while, which is very sad because he's only 2 months old. So that's the end of this year with Creekclan. The clan is huge now. I wonder if I should activate mass extinction events so that the clan's population can be reduced a bit, but I am very scared of losing my favorite cats. Talking about favorites, don't hesitate to tell me who are your favorite cats. I am very curious. My favorites would be Shrewpatch, Cherry Snap, Wigglespot, Smashwood, Downpour, and Dappleleaf for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any name ideas for kids, I would be very happy because the game is starting to give the same generated names a lot. Thank you a lot for watching. Have a good day or night, and until the next one, goodbye.